Modern technology opens up many opportunities for us to explore, but it also makes us terrified when we see the secrets gradually revealed. Recently, scientists used a cosmic particle scanner to look through the Giza pyramid. They unexpectedly saw a giant void. No entrance, no exit, no trace. Many questions are raised without explanation. Why is it there? Who created it? Watch this entire video. The answer will surprise you. The journey to find secrets begins with the inspiration of the research team of the Scan Pyramids mission, a project that has shown that the Menkaure pyramid still has many things hidden beneath its ancient layers of stone. Its mysterious design and massive size have long sparked the imagination about hidden chambers, possibly containing treasures or secrets never revealed about the distant past. Recently, a scientific paper publishing the results of scanning the eastern face of the pyramid caught the attention of the archaeological community. In the middle of the eastern face, researchers discovered a square section of perfectly polished, casing stones. The location and shape of this smooth section precisely mirror the northern face, where the ancient entrance was once found in the fifth layer of rock, first recorded by Howard Weiss in 1837. The strange coincidence makes one wonder why no one has ever tried to open a similar area on the east side. There are signs that someone once tried. A small part of the corner of the stone block was chipped away long ago in the past, recorded in photos from George Reisner's excavation in the early 20th century. This damage certainly occurred before the casing stones fell, creating a huge pile of rubble that completely covered that unusual smooth section. Removing this pile of stones requires great effort. According to experts' estimates, a single shell stone in that area weighs up to 5 tons. This raises an unanswered question. If a second entrance really lies on the east side, it is being hidden by what the ancients left behind. And perhaps they did it on purpose. In the latest study published in the journal NDT&E International, which specializes in non-destructive testing and evaluation, more surprises have been revealed to us. The Menkaure pyramid has been surveyed using 3 advanced technologies: electrical resistivity tomography, ground-penetrating radar, and ultrasonic testing. Data from all 3 techniques were then combined in a process called image fusion, which identified internal voids much more reliably. The research team behind this paper has many achievements, including members who participated in the Scan Pyramids project, notably Hani Hilal, who accurately predicted the north face corridor of the Great Pyramid. The results this time are in contrast to previous synthetic aperture radar studies, which have never demonstrated the ability to scan accurately. However, there is still much controversy in the scientific community, as Zahi Hawass once claimed that radar did not detect anything. Meanwhile, he is a co-author in a study using the same technology. Sarah Parcak called the Great Void in the Great Pyramid noise, despite achieving a reliability level of 5 sigma from 3 independent groups, the highest standard in physics research. The introduction to the article contains errors. Zahi Hawass claimed that the pyramid once had 16 to 18 layers of granite and was designed to be completely covered in granite. But there is no archaeological evidence to confirm this. Observations show that the granite layer stops at the 16th floor, above which is limestone, not a change of plan as he stated. The paper also acknowledges the work of Stijn van den Hoven, an independent researcher who hypothesized about a hidden entrance since 2019. Although his work was not peer-reviewed, that hypothesis may have been the motivation for this scan. Combining modern technology with rigorous methods, this study provides reliable evidence of the existence of a void in the Menkaure pyramid, a discovery that could open up new questions about the design and true purpose of the structure. What do you think this new discovery inside the Pyramid of Menkaure really is? Choose one answer and share your reasons in the comments. A hidden secret entrance. B, an engineering gap from the construction process. C, traces of a ritual or substructure. D. Just noise, as some experts have said. Two anomalies discovered just behind the granite layer on the eastern face of the Menkaure Pyramid have become the focus of imagination and debate. Using three non-destructive scanning techniques, the research team identified two adjacent air voids, named A1 and A2. Anomaly. A1 measures approximately 1 by 1.5 meters and is located just above a trapezoidal block, right in the middle of the smooth, decorated area. Anomaly. A2 is smaller, only about 0.7 by 0.9 meters, located slightly to the left. Both begin at relatively shallow depths, 1.4 meters and 1.13 meters from the surface, respectively. Current scan data cannot determine how far these openings extend inward. Technical limitations only allow scanning to a maximum depth of 3.5 meters, but that does not mean the voids actually reach that depth. They may just be isolated air pockets left over from the construction process, or, in a bolder scenario, traces of a hidden passage that has been sealed for thousands of years. However, the possibility of a secret original entrance to the Menkaure Pyramid is considered unlikely. All pyramids of the 4th dynasty have very clear entrance designs, with large struts above, often arranged on the north face. Menkaure also follows this rule, with an official entrance leading to a burial chamber containing a basalt sarcophagus. If there was ever another secondary passage, it would have to leave distinctive structural traces, which are completely absent here. In addition, the chambers and corridors of the pyramid are all carved straight into the natural bedrock, with no gaps large enough to conceal a secret connection inside the structure. Most of the outer cladding has also disappeared over time, and there has never been any evidence that a hidden corridor ever appeared after the cladding was peeled off. Another important point is that these two anomalies are not located in alignment with the horizontal layers of the stone block, which is commonly seen in official passages. Therefore, the hypothesis of Stein van den Hoven, who proposed in 2019 that a single block could be removed like a sealed door, becomes noteworthy. The two voids discovered are also not sized to match traditional corridors. Anomaly. A2 is too small, while A1 is significantly wider than the known passages from the same period. Although the likelihood of this being an actual passage is low, the precise focus of point A1 on the decorated area on the eastern face makes it difficult for many to dismiss it as a coincidence. It has previously been suggested that this polished stone section was to match the surrounding temple architecture. However, other parts of the temple adjacent to the pyramid still have rough cladding. So what made this particular area carefully smoothed? No one knows for sure why, but clearly something special was once present here. It could be an auxiliary structure, or an object attached to the body of the pyramid. Although these voids do not resemble an entrance, they are still traces of something that has not been deciphered, and are enough to open the door to new questions that science has yet to answer. The visual observation of the granite layers of the Menkaure Pyramid shows one unmistakable thing. There are a total of 16 layers of granite originally constructed, which perfectly matches the pieces of stone still in place at the 16th row, and an ancient Greek source which confirmed this number. These data have been thoroughly analyzed in a dedicated video, clearly illustrating the visual differences in the first 16 rows compared to the rest of the pyramid. Despite the consistency in surveying and recording, the new article still presents a false number. The author of the Egyptology section in the study, Zahi Hawass, claims that Menkaure once had 16 to 18 layers of granite, and only 7 rows remain. But the reality is that the northern face still has 8 rows, the lowest row buried in the sand. The southern face also retains 8 rows, and the western face has a section extending to the 11th layer. This makes the research community question the accuracy of the information in the article, especially when such an important number is estimated without clear archaeological evidence. More than 3 million people who follow this topic are well aware that Menkaure has exactly 16 layers of granite. Meanwhile, one of the co-authors of the study arbitrarily published an unrecorded number, causing great discomfort to technical experts who always demand accuracy in every detail. Just a year ago, the Egyptian government announced plans to reinstall the granite stones that had fallen off the pyramid, but the fierce public opposition forced the project to be cancelled, leading to Mustafa Waziri losing his position as Secretary General of the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities. Many researchers who have analyzed thousands of shell stones believe that reassembling the granite blocks is impossible, because it is not only necessary to restore the structure, but also to maintain the original layout, an important factor in tracing the original construction method of the building. Arranging these stones is not only a technical matter, but also a vivid clue about the construction methods of the ancients. One detail that attracts particular attention is the large trapezoidal stone block that covers almost the entire anomaly, A1. This is an extremely rare form in pyramid architecture. Most trapezoidal shell stones usually have the long edge on top, making it convenient to install from the back or sides. But this stone has the long edge on the bottom, which is very rare. Such a design is not suitable for horizontal stone insertion, which requires a solid support above. This difference suggests a special possibility. It is possible that the stone was pushed from the outside into place after the body of the pyramid was completed. If someone ever intended to hide a space inside, this type of stone would be the perfect choice. Some shell stones may have been installed last, to cover a structure added at a late stage or from a later dynasty. Such shell stones usually overlap the lining stone below, and even if the adjacent stones fall, they remain in place. What makes this hypothesis even more attractive is the perfect fit between the granite blocks in this area. The joints are no different from the rest of the pyramid. However, there is a strange sign on the stone block below the trapezoid. There is a point on it that looks like a lever, which may have been used to lift the stone from the front. It could also just be a random trace of damage. There is no sure way to tell the difference. If anomaly A1 appeared elsewhere, it would probably be considered a normal technical void. Similar anomalies were discovered near the base of the Great Pyramid in the Scan Pyramid study nearly a decade ago. But here, the anomaly is located in the middle of the polished shellstone area in Menkaure. The location is too special. The stone shape is too rare. And the feeling that something important was once present here is undeniable. Maybe what is being hidden behind is not just a void, but a story that has never been told. This trapezoid-shaped stone is clearly unlike any other. What do you think made it appear in such a special location? Is it the mark of a hidden entrance, or just a strange coincidence? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Any definitive conclusions about the eastern anomaly of Menkaure will require further non-destructive testing. Data from the Scan Pyramids maps in 2023 show that other methods have been applied inside the pyramid. But since the research team did not mention any voids in this location, it can be asserted that the space behind the shellstone is quite small. Certainly not vast chambers like at the northern entrance. If the fallen stones in the area above the anomaly are carefully cleared, endoscopy or other non-destructive survey equipment could be deployed from above for closer observation. Although the idea of moving rubble is not very pleasant, the precedent at the Red Pyramid under Rainer Stadelmann has shown that a selective and minimal approach can still yield important insights. Perhaps a similar strategy would greatly benefit Menkaure. The problem is that many of the shellstones around this pyramid have been moved and rearranged so many times in the past that it is difficult to determine their original location. But at least, this discovery opens up a new mystery, a valid reason to rekindle interest in the fallen shellstones without having to attach them in a risky restoration effort. Pyramids are not just structures of stone, but also unanswered questions. Most of those fallen stones may have fallen within the last 600 years, but they still whisper something to the observer. Standing among them, it feels like listening to echoes from a bygone era. A world hidden behind the desert dust, just waiting to be revealed. There are still so many mysteries hidden behind the ancient stones of Menkaure. Every stone, every gap, every trace could be the key to an untold chapter of history. Maybe the truth is still right under our feet, just waiting for a deep enough look to reveal it. If you love these discoveries, please give me a like and a heart comment. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to be the first to update the latest information.